Hello, it's me, Pradhan, back again, an academic coordinator of Professional Education Consultancy. Today, I'm going to provide you some tips and strategies on IELTS. Let me first deal with the speaking part. Coming back to speaking part 2, monologue, there you need to talk till 2 minutes. And the prompt card will be given, task card, where there will be some questions starting with WHOs, what, when, where, how and why. So what I would like to suggest is divide your speech into 3 parts, like in writing: introduction, body and then conclusion. So speak all those questions that are mentioned in that prompt card in your introduction, excluding of course why. You talk briefly on that. What is the name of that place, with whom you went to that place, and where is the location, name, place, all these things please mention in your introductory part. No matter if there is in question, there wasn't mentioned about the person with whom you went, just you go on talking, all these things. You shouldn't be focused only in those questions. You can just go and talk freely, giving answers of all the WH question words, so to make it more natural. And coming to body part, give answers of why. Make at least 3 reasons, 3 to 4 reasons, and clarify them in body part. Well, this is the main part that you need to emphasize: why. Giving your reason and examples, and finally come to the conclusion. This is also very essential. So of course you need to practice this according to the time limit, because whatever you speak after 2 minutes, that won't be valid, and you also don't want, I'm sure, that to be interrupted by a test taker. So that's why all the best. Please follow this. Now let's come to the reading part. Well, in reading there are different types of questions, as I suppose that you are already familiar with. So here I would like to give some informations on the question type, like yes, no, not given, and true, false, not given. In fact, both of them do have a kind of similar nature, a kind of similar approach. Yes. But however, there is a slight difference in between them, and that is, true, false, not given is fact-based, and yes, no, not given is opinion-based. That's the difference. And others, just you follow the same strategy, same technique. But one thing you have to understand is when there is yes, no, not given, what I find that many students, when there is yes, no, not given answer, kind of question, they write, in the place of yes, they write, true. However, content-wise, meaning-wise, they refer the same, aspect, but that would be totally wrong. If you write, if the question is about true, false, not given, then your answer, if you write yes, no, not given, then that would be totally incorrect. So please, this thing also, please, take in your mentality, be sure on that. And dealing with this yes, no, not given, true, false, not given, some questions are given, and just rather than going through the beginning one, just have a look where there are names given, where there are numbers given, some years given, so that it could help you to locate the paragraph, to predict the paragraph. Alright, so do that. You may go with the last question, any questions, certain things, keywords, very strong keywords, what are given, that can't be rephrased or something, taking that, go into the paragraph as per your prediction and find out. Then after that, then it will be easy for you to find the other answers, because here, in yes, no, not given and true, false, not given, the answer comes in sequence, in chronological form. Suppose if you found the answer 8 in certain paragraph, then 7 will be just over, and another number will be just down. So in that way, you can follow this kind of questions. Alright, so that's the thing. but sometimes you may find slightly here and there, in most of the sense, answer, in most of the sequence, answer comes in serial order sequence, but sometimes here and there, you may find slightly, a bit, crossing this sequence. Sometimes, occasionally, that might come in that situation. Alright, so likewise there is also a heading list, matching heading list. This also students find some difficulty in this part. So well, heading, we know it means it refers to the title. So whenever a title is there, and the paragraphs deals with that one. The first paragraph deals the first sentence deals with that topic, that heading, topic, title. The first sentence deals with that. So to match paragraphs with the heading list, heading list and paragraph. So what you need to do is just read the first sentence of the paragraph and try to match with the list of headings. And if you don't find, then go with another paragraph and try to match with the list of headings, rather than going to the list of headings and all the paragraphs again, take another list and going to the paragraphs whatever given. That would be time consuming, and some list may not be used in answers. So that's why paragraphs, go with the paragraph, read paragraph, beginning line, read and try to match, and again do that. Sometimes that may happen, like in some cases even after second sentence you don't find the answers, but most of the cases you'll find that. Okay, if paragraphs are short, then you have to read all, but main focus give on the beginning paragraph, and others just you need to go through kind of superficially. You go and just make matching, and don't go with synonyms over here. Go with the content wise, because here in this kind of heading list you need to understand the central idea, general meaning of paragraph. So go in that way. Okay, try to understand, and I suggest you to do this question at first, because it will help you to get a basic concept of the paragraphs. Just when you are reading in paragraphs, all, and something matching, a kind of general, for the general knowledge. Just you can just on the side of that paragraph you can write as a rough, like this paragraph talks about this. What is the importance of technology? Okay, something talking about that. Okay, do like this. All the best for this. Okay, now it's writing. So in writing there are also some questions you need to deal with, and one question type that I'm going to talk about is agree, disagree, and to what extent do you agree or disagree. In fact, both of them are similar in presentation, similar in nature. For example, do you agree or disagree? You can either agree, you can either disagree, or you can have a partial response as well. You can say I totally agree, or I totally disagree, or I partly agree. You can do like that. And similar to what extent also you can follow in that way. But the main specific point of to what extent I suggest you to try is to what extent, how much limit, how much portion are you agree with on the given topic? How much portion, to what extent? Alright, for example, 70% or 80%. If 70%, then 30% you get disagree. If 80% you agree, then 20% you get disagree. So better talk in this way. For this you can go like to a certain extent. I agree on this topic. However, I also think that yes, and you can also go in reverse manner. For example, to a certain extent I disagree on this topic. However, I also think that in that way you can go. Either you can take disagree. What do you think on that topic? Broader in sense. Very clearly. So take that one. Alright, then you can go in this way rather than going totally agree or totally disagree and partly. Alright, so I suggest you to follow this thing in writing. Alright, so well, talking about the task one, there you don't have to make any kind of your own opinion. You are not supposed to keep any opinion, and so for that, what you need to do like this is, as I think that you know about this thing. introduction, you make, just paraphrasing what you were given, and then overall do that, and then body part. As we are not discussing, as we are not making an analysis, so of course we are not coming to any resolution. So that's why, conclusion adding is somehow a bit odd over here. But in contrast, in task 2 we have to write conclusion, which is very important. And there, you need to write introduction, body, and conclusion. So I suggest you to make 4 to 6 paragraphs in task 2, and in the task 1 writing, make 3 paragraphs, introduction, overall, and body. Alright, like in this kind of situation in task 2, like introduction, you're writing advantage and disadvantage. Advantage mentioned in 1 paragraph and disadvantage mentioned in another paragraph, and conclusion. But if your paragraph will be bit, lengthy, then you can split them into 2. For the body 1, if advantage is there, split them into 2 paragraphs, and the body 2, for disadvantage, split it into 2. It will become, 6 paragraphs, 4 to 6 paragraphs as per your choice. Please follow that. Alright, now finally let's come to the listening portion. Here, what I would like to suggest you is, in listening, because this has been considered one of the easiest sessions also. But if you don't follow concentratively, this might be the hardest part. So for that, you need to track down the speaker. Okay, you need to move along the speaker throughout this audio system. Alright, because it might happen like you just go on, find the one answer, certain answer, you focus on that, and audio gets finishes. So not to happen that, please, I suggest you to take at least 2-3 questions, with you, and remember that in phrases. So that what will come, after that, what will come after that, if you skip, some audio question, then you might, follow the other one. Okay, now the speaker is here. Alright, so this is also some, a kind of practice, a kind of thought, a kind of concept, to do in us listening. And the main thing is, please don't give your time in transferring answers while you are listening. Don't do that, because you will be given time separately, half an hour for listening, and 10-minute time, 10 minutes time you will be given separately for that. So don't try to interfere with the time, on that precious moment. Alright? And likewise, the most important thing is try to listen the basic, specific informations, rather than try to listening the whole. Try to focus what you need only. Okay, like we say scanning. Like scanning, do scanning of informations during the listening, just what you need. Only focus on that. Okay, rather than trying to understanding the whole. That might make diversion, to your kind of concentration. You do this and follow these steps. I think that I have tried to provide you some steps that would be surely helpful for your IELTS exam. And please do hard work, also practice a lot. And please, if you have any queries regarding the other things, like other types of questions, and any comment on this, please leave your comment on the comment section. And all the best for your exam, and have a fruitful day. Thanks a lot.